Welcome to our moms. We're so excited to have you join us. This host training is meant for the trainer and the trainee to make sure that we're all aligned in what we're trying to accomplish. Training isn't just a singular event. It's every day, every shift, and it's every person. Let's go through some of the things that will help you be successful in this role. How we treat one another is important because it shows how we're going to treat the guests when they walk in. When you first begin training, you should be welcomed warmly. Trainers, begin by warmly welcoming new hires and express gratitude for them joining our team. Introduce them to the management team and emphasize their dedication to their success. Throughout the day, share positive stories of previous successful hosts. Hospitality is everyone's responsibility. What hospitality looks like at the door. The host sets the emotional temperature of the entire visit. Before food, before service, before drinks, the host is the first impression. These are some of the behavior standards that everyone is responsible for. Stand tall. Don't lean on things. Don't cross your arms. Make sure your eyes are looking up before the guests reach the stand. Smile first, then speak second. Treat every guest as if they were expected, never like they're an interruption. Here are some scripted phrases that you can use. Hey y'all, welcome in. I'm glad you're here. Good afternoon. How many are we taking care of today? Thanks so much for coming in. We're going to take great care of you. The most important thing is our mom's culture. How we define culture. Our culture is what we do every day, day in and day out. We do the same thing the same way every day. Another concept that we're going to go over is GWC. Get it, want it, and capacity, also known as capability. Make sure you articulate the restaurant's mission of enriching lives through superior food, service, and a family-like atmosphere. Introduce the core values and explain how they're demonstrated daily. Core values mean everything to us because hospitality is how you feel when you leave our interaction. Immediately following, introduce the GWC framework and have all new hires self-assess their GWC for the host role. This is so important because if they don't get the role, if they don't want the role, and they're not capable of doing the role, they're not a good fit. That doesn't make them a bad person. It just means we need to find them another position within our company. This is where honest self-reflection comes in. Have a discussion about how aligning individual strengths with this role will make them successful. Hospitality is not personality. You don't have to be fake. Hospitality is behavior. You don't need to be loud and you don't need to be fake bubbly. You do need to be present, intentional, and accountable. What does get it mean for a host? Get it means you understand that your job is not seating tables. Your job is making people feel seen and taken care of. What does want it look like? That means you want to greet every guest the same way, even during a rush. You want to slow the moment down for the guest, even when you're moving fast. You want to make the guests feel as if they're the only person in the building. One example of what capacity looks like is you can stay calm when the wait is long. You don't rush guests because you feel stressed. These are just a few of the many examples of GWC for this role. In the next section, we'll go over restaurant operations, systems, and service. Lead the trainee through a detailed tour encompassing all operational areas such as the server station, chemical rooms, office, restrooms, kitchen, bar, etc. Thoroughly review table layout, numbering, and setup procedures using visual aids and hands-on demonstration. Emphasize the importance of completing tasks from checklists and weekly duties, not just thoroughly, but on time. Explain how each item contributes to guest satisfaction. Our systems, when done to standard, equal hospitality. Clean floors, clean restrooms, clear walkways, and an organized host stand signal competence before a single word is spoken. Menus should be stacked neatly. The toast tablet with the wait list should be visible and current. There should be no clutter, no cups out, and no phones out. If the host stand looks chaotic, our guests will assume that the restaurant is chaotic. In the next section of training, we'll go over the Toast POS system and any technologies that we use. Demonstrate our POS system's basic functions relating to seating, wait lists, and order input, providing hands-on practice. For now, our main focus is on clocking in and out and how to use the tablet for seating. Technology will never replace eye contact. All POS and tablet work happens after acknowledging the guest. You should never start typing before speaking. You should make eye contact first, then greet the guest, then clarify party size. Only then should you turn your attention to the tablet. Remember, you're the first impression the guest has when they walk through our doors. Your position is one of the most important positions in this building. This next section focuses on legendary service and radical candor. When going through our core values, focus on commitment to legendary service. Explain how this translates into creating memorable, positive first impressions for every guest. Introduce radical candor, defining caring personally and challenging directly, and what it means in the context of the host role. Explain the 4 quadrants of radical candor, highlighting why ruinous empathy and manipulative insincerity can hinder growth. Radical candor at the host stand means caring personally. That means respecting the guest's time and their presence. Challenging directly means holding our standards and never overpromising. Do what's right for the guest every single time, even if no one is watching. Our hosts work hand in hand with the shift lead and the manager on duty. Hosts don't quote wait times independently. Hosts do not make cuts. Those decisions are made by the manager on duty, but it requires communication from you to them and vice versa. Let me double check with my manager so I can give you the most accurate information. Guest flow and the art of the greeting. Discuss the elements of exceptional service, warmth, attentiveness, and anticipating needs through role-playing and interactive exercises. Focus on crafting genuine, engaging greetings that make guests feel welcome. Practice varying your greetings to avoid monotony and demonstrate sincerity. Discuss why nonverbal communication is sometimes more important than verbal. Some nonverbal rules to think about. Real smiles reach the eyes. Make sure to keep your chin up and eyes forward. Make sure your hands are visible. And if possible, when guests walk in, take a small step forward to greet them. These behaviors show that you care about them and that you're excited for them to join us today. Some examples of greetings. Hey y'all, welcome in. Good evening. How many tonight? Thanks for coming to see us. Please don't repeat the same greetings like a robot. We want you to show the same warmth, but using different words each time. The next training section goes over the seating chart, rotation, and wait times. Using the restaurant seating chart, thoroughly explain the rotation system for seating guests and its importance in ensuring even table distribution and optimizing service flow. Practice seating guests strategically, considering party size, table availability, and server sections. Discuss how to handle special requests from our guests. Teach trainees to effectively manage a wait list, how to accurately estimate wait times, and how to communicate that information with their guests. There's a concept that we use called pumping the brakes, and it goes something like this. Hey guys, let me check with the manager in the kitchen to make sure that we're not on a wait right now. If you give me 2 minutes, I'll be right back. We call that pumping the brakes because when things start to get hectic, 2 minutes is a long time for everyone to catch up. Because if you seat guests as quickly as you can, that backs up servers, which then in turn backs up the kitchen, which then leads to a poor guest experience. The key here is honesty. You have to be back within 2 minutes. If you tell someone 2 minutes, you know they're going to start their clock. If you come back within 2 minutes, that builds trust. You'll either come back with an accurate wait time, or you'll say, "Great news, guys. I can seat you right away." Here are some scenarios that you might run into. A long wait. What not to do. Don't over-apologize. Don't guess wait times. And don't blame the kitchen or the servers. Remember, we're one team. What you can say. Thanks so much for your patience. I'm checking in with my manager to make sure we're taking great care of you. Another scenario that you'll run into is what to do with a regular guest. If you know their name, use it. It'll make them feel special. So good to see you again. We're glad you're back. Remember, hospitality is how do they feel when they leave your interaction. The next section of training goes through problem solving in different scenarios. Present realistic host scenarios. Some examples are a guest requests a specific unavailable table, a large party arrives without a reservation, or a guest becomes agitated. So have trainees work in pairs, either with another host or another server, to identify the problem, discuss potential solutions, and propose a solve action using the 1-3-1 method. Train hosts on de-escalation techniques, active listening, and problem-solving strategies for handling challenging guests. Practice using radical candor to address concerns directly while maintaining professionalism and empathy. Listen without interrupting, acknowledge their feelings, and then get a manager immediately. A potential scripted phrase that you can use: "I hear you, and I want to make sure we take care of this the right way. Let me grab my manager." Don't be defensive and don't debate. The next section covers teamwork and communication. For this section, we'll need to recruit other members of our team. Conduct a workshop emphasizing communication and collaboration between hosts, servers, bartenders, and kitchen staff. This should be fun, so use team building activities to strengthen relationships and to practice open communication. Facilitate a session where trainees practice giving each other feedback based on observations, emphasizing constructive criticism and radical candor. The host position is the most important position in this restaurant. The host is the connector. You communicate issues early and you don't sit on problems. This position is highly visible, so don't vent. Escalate the situation appropriately. At Our Moms, hospitality isn't about being nice. It's about being intentional, consistent, and accountable. Every guest should feel seen, welcomed, and taken care of every time.